guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nadia. I am the owner and maker of Boss Mama Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful glitter crackle tumbler. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and tickle on your notification bell so you know when I upload a new tutorial. We do new uploads every week, so let's get started. Okay guys, so here's my 20-ounce curved tumbler. I got this from Craft Haven. I prepped it by sanding it, and then I spray painted with Rust-Oleum 2 times paint and primer, rustic pink right here. And then after I spray painted it, I glittered it using the epoxy method. And my epoxy is Amazing Clear Cast from Illumini. And the glitter that I use Celebrate from Peachy Olive Glitters. And I also used Lover from Peachy Olive Glitters. Okay, first after I apply my epoxy, I always let my tumbler sit to the side for about 2 to 3 minutes so the epoxy can even out before I apply my glitters. I use the chunky glitter first, and then I sprinkled the fine glitter on top of the chunky glitter, and then after that I put a little bit more chunky glitter on there. Now I'm done applying my glitters. I am going to let it sit on my toner so it can dry for about 2 to 3 hours. After that, I am going to apply my first coat of epoxy. I'm going to let that dry for about 4 to 6 hours before I apply a second coat. Okay, so and then some of the other supplies that I'm going to use for my crackle effect will be Elmer's glue. Here I will use this, and I am also going to use some acrylic paint here, and also I have 2 brushes here, one for my glitter, one for my Elmer's glue and one for my acrylic paint. I am also going to use a paint tray to put my paint in. Okay guys, so I am back. Here is my tumbler right here. I have 2 coats of epoxy on it. I've sanded it with 220 grit wet sandpaper. I sanded the body of it. It wasn't too rough, but I sanded it, and then I used 80 grit sandpaper to sand around the rim. If you can see, I have a fine line of stainless steel around it, and that is where my seal is going to be once we do our final coat of epoxy. Okay, so now after I sanded my cups, I always like to wash them with Dawn soap to make sure I get all the debris and the dust off of it. And then after that, after I dry it off, I spray it again with some alcohol and wipe it down. I like to do that just so I know that my cup is clean and ready. I'm going to use a Elmer's glue here. I have Elmer's glue here. I am going to just hold the tumbler, and I'm just gonna spread it on it. Okay, we're just gonna put a glue here, and then I am going to use this soft brush to spread out my glue. Okay, you could go back and forth, make sure everywhere is covered. You don't want spots out that are not covered. You don't want to leave some spot that's not covered, because you want, when you put your paint on, your paint will adhere, will crackle. Okay, so you put a very generous coat of glue all over the tumbler, and then you spread it. Make sure it's covered all over. I think I've heard the thicker you, like when you put your glue on, the thicker your spots, like the more glue that you have on it, the bigger your crackle effect will be, and the thinner the glue, the smaller your crackle effects will be. And I want my crackle effects to be not too thin or small or whatever. So I want them to be a nice size. So I'm gonna put a good generous coat of glue on there. Okay, so don't forget your bottoms. Okay, don't forget your bottoms. Make sure you get the bottom. Okay, so this looking good. Okay, once you're done putting your glue on, we are going to let it get tacky. You don't want it to be dry. You don't want it to dry all the way. You just want it to get tacky. Okay? So I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes. I'll check on it and just see where we at. So this is it. I got my glue all over it. And I'm going to let it sit for a little bit for it to get tacky, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, I did put it in front of my space heater so it can dry a little quicker. So here it is. As you can see, some spots are dry and some spots are still a little bit wet, which is how you want it. You don't want it to be too dry. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start putting our acrylic paint on. So I'm gonna sit back up right here so I can get the paint. Okay, and now I am going to use this little brush here and start putting my paint on. When you're putting your paint on, you don't want to go in a back and forth motion. You just want to get your paint and just do one stroke. And even if you have to do another one, you have to start from the bottom again and go up. Don't do a back and forth motion. Okay? Alright guys, just like that. Let's go from bottom up, not back and forth. You have to pick up your brush and go up. Okay, I got a little string of the bristles, the brush bristles right there. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get that off. I'm gonna use this here. There's a piece of the bristles, the brush bristles that I got right there. Okay, so we're gonna do this all over. Make sure you don't have any debris or stuff on there that you don't want on there. Okay, so go back up. Okay guys, so this is it. And I am going to use my heat gun to dry it off to help the crackle effect comes into play. Okay, so let's see, where's my heat gun? Alright, right here. When you're drying it with the heat gun, you don't want to hold it in one place. Just make sure you go all over the tumbler with the heat gun because you don't want to burn your paint or your tumbler. Okay. The paint is still kind of wet, so I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna sit it to the side and let it dry completely before I go put a thin coat of epoxy on it, because I don't want to go ahead and put my decals on it without it being fully dry. Then it will pull up my paint, my acrylic paint. Okay, so this is it. It's beautiful. We'll be back to show you guys when we're applying our decals and everything. And I am also going to put a water slide on it. Okay guys, we are back. After I did my acrylic paint, I did the epoxy. After I did the epoxy, I went ahead and sprinkled some of Celebrate here at the bottom. Give it like a little more depth. And it looks so pretty. So after I did that, because I did the glitter, I let that dry for maybe 5 to 6 hours, and then I put another layer of epoxy on top of that. It wasn't too thick because I wanted to sand the bottom part after it dries. So after I did the epoxy on top of the glitter, I let it dry for at least 12 hours, and then I sanded the bottom. Okay, and I also cleaned around the rims again a second time because of the acrylic paint. Some of it had gotten way on top around the rims where I had cleaned it already. So now it's smooth and soft, and we're ready to apply a water slide and a name decal. So let's do this right now. I have my cup, so we're gonna sit, and I have my name here. And then I have this little squeegee here, this silicone squeegee thing I got off Amazon to help smooth out my water slide after I put it on my cup. And I have my towel here. Not a towel, just a rag, a blanket, a small blanket. And then I have my water here for my water slide. So let's move that up. And so let's apply a water slide. Okay, we're gonna lay a cup here. I'm gonna put my water slide right here. And we put a water slide in the water for about 30 to 60 seconds. And then while it's being soaked, we're gonna go ahead and wet a cup, because you wanna apply your water slide on a smooth and wet surface, which will make it way easier for you. Okay. So we're going to let the water slide soak a little bit more. Okay. Let it soak. Okay, and then we're going to smooth that up just a tiny bit. Okay. I'm checking to see if it's sliding off already, and it is. So we're gonna apply a water slide. Okay, we're gonna take it, we're gonna eyeball it, eyeball exactly where we want to put it, and then once you put it down, we're just gonna hold some pressure, sure it's got some pressure. And then we're going to slide it off. Okay. And now we're gonna use a little squeegee, a little brushy squeegee. I don't know what to call that. That's silicone brush. And we're gonna use it to smooth that off our water slide. Make sure you get all the bubbles and the wrinkles out. This is beautiful, you guys. I love it. And also use a coffee filter to help. Let me get one to help dry the water out. Okay, so we're gonna use that. All right, you guys. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. You guys, oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? It's just so beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's okay, son. I'm coming.
Dada's out there.
Can you tell Dada to get the oven for me?
Okay.
Thank you. So beautiful. Alright, you guys, so this is it for now. Okay guys, now we're going to apply our name decals on a cup. Okay, so I have my transfer tape here. I've already weeded them out, so I'm just going to use my transfer tape to get them. Alrighty, so
Mama.
yes, son. Yes, baby. And this is just some Oracle 651 vinyl. Papi, don't do that. Don't touch that, please.
Mama, water.
That's water. Don't touch it.
Mama, my thing.
Yes. Okay, we're going to put a name here. Papi, can you wait just a second for Mama?
Mama.
Huh? Can you wait? Alright, you guys, since the J was by itself, I transferred it first because it was not connected to the other letters, so that kind of made it a little easier to align your letters, because once you have one that's by itself, it's easier to put it up and then put the other ones up. Alrighty, so I have my name here. I'm going to do this right here. We're gonna put the name exactly on the opposite side of the water slide decal. So I like to kind of like remove it and put it back on the paper, because when you're transferring it, it'll be easier to get it off the backing. Okay, I like to keep my names or whatever it is on the actual backing until I'm ready to take it off. and put the name on, and then I figure out if it's straight, if I need to move it, because once you take it off the backing and place it on the cup, if you're not happy with the way it looks, then you have to completely redo everything over again. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure it is straight. Let's see, hold it back, make sure it's straight right in the center. Okay, I think I like it right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this part right there. I'm gonna pick this side up. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna use my scissors here to cut this off. Okay, make sure it is from the center out. Just smooth it out. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Okay. And just pick it up. And you are able to smooth it up. And now we're going to press it down. Make sure it adheres really well. And then we're going to slowly remove our transfer tape. Okay, just like that. Alright, I'll save my transfer tape. This transfer tape, I got it off Amazon. It doesn't have a backing into it, but once you use a piece of it, you can always roll it back on the roll, so you don't waste your transfer tape. Okay, so you guys, here it is. Okay, here it is. Beautiful. Okay, it is beautiful. Okay. Alright guys, so I am completely done with the cup. I got the water slide off Etsy, and it is on very nicely, and the name Dika is also on there. I made it. It is it's offset. This is just regular Oracle 651 vinyl that I got off Amazon. Okay, so I am going to put 2 final coats of epoxy on this cup, and it will be completed. Alright, I really had fun making this tutorial. If you guys like it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe. Thanks. Bye bye.